Please be seated. Welcome everybody to the University of Central Lancashire's graduation ceremony, at which we're delighted to be celebrating the successes of our fabulous graduates. And welcome to those who are watching this online across the globe. It guarantees to be a day you'll all remember. I would like to welcome today Anne McCarthy, who is our Pro-Chancellor and Chair of the University Board.
My Lord Lieutenant, Lady Mayor, Vice-Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to you all. As Chair of the University Board, it's my great pleasure to see you all here today. I remember all too well being sat where you're sat now, waiting for my name to be called to receive my UCLan degree. A day of joy for you and for all the people you've brought with you to celebrate. I'm so proud to be from Lancashire. This county, with all her beauty, history, and some of the finest people you'll ever meet, is a great place to live, work, and study. We are glad you chose Lancashire as your place of study. Thank you for trusting us with your education. We hope you'll stay connected to us. This is a beginning of an exciting chapter for you all. Perhaps you are continuing your studies, or maybe stepping out into the world of work. Whatever path you choose, I wish you every success in fulfilling your potential. President Roosevelt reminded us, believe you can, and you're halfway there. I'm now pleased to invite our Vice-Chancellor, Professor Graham Baldwin, to say a few words of welcome to you all and reflect on the significance of what you've achieved. Thank you.
Welcome to the University of Central Lancashire. My Lord Lieutenant, Madam Mayor, Pro-Chancellor, distinguished guests, proud family and friends, and most importantly, the graduands, it is my privilege to welcome you all to this wonderful occasion, graduation at the University of Central Lancashire. Today is a celebration of achievement, perseverance, and transformation. It marks not just the end of one chapter, but the beginning of another, one filled with promise, purpose, and potential. Graduation is important because it is a milestone that recognises years of hard work, including, I imagine, very often late nights, early mornings, and countless moments of growth. It is a moment to pause and reflect on how far you've come and to look ahead with courage and with confidence. As Nelson Mandela, whose birthday falls next week, once wrote, "I have discovered the secret that after climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb." Mandela also said that education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And never has the world needed change makers more than it does today. We live in a time of profound uncertainty, from climate change and global health challenges to economic instability, technological disruption, and increasing geopolitical tensions. Our world is complex and ever-changing. But in the face of these challenges, there is hope, and much of that hope resides with you as our graduates. You are entering the world not just with degrees and qualifications, but with a greater understanding of the world around you. You've learned to think critically, to question assumptions, to engage with diverse perspectives, and to act with empathy and integrity. These are not just academic skills. These are life skills, and exactly the skills that the world needs. As the philosopher John Dewey once said, education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself. Your time at university has prepared you not just for a job, but for a life of contribution, curiosity, and courage. Here at the University of Central Lancashire, we are proud of the role we play in shaping the future. Over the past 2 years, our university has achieved remarkable success in research and innovation. In the most recent Research Excellence Framework, 2/3 of our submissions were recognised as world-leading or internationally excellent. Our researchers are tackling real-world problems, from improving maternity care and solving crime, to advancing health technologies and supporting deaf education in India. One of our cosmology PhD students, who recently discovered the Big Ring, a second ultra-large structure in deep space, followed this up by being invited to present the 4th Penrose Lecture at Oxford University. This is all the more remarkable when you consider that the first Penrose Lecture was given by the world-famous theoretical physicist and author of A Brief History of Time, Sir Stephen Hawking. Also, one of our archaeology team, Dr. Brenna Hassett, has just won a £1 million grant from the Wellcome Trust for her work titled Tracing Diseases of Contact at the End of Human Mobility. And our experts are heard and seen on a regular basis, appearing on the TV, on radio, and in print media, discussing their areas of expertise, explaining their latest findings and their impact, and giving expert opinion on global activities. Dr. Megan Argo was recently on BBC Breakfast, helping us to understand what went wrong when a Japanese moon lander named Resilience crashed during its attempted lunar landing on June the 5th this year. And we are very proud of the significant contribution we make to the supply of key workers. Here we educate medics, health workers, police, vets, social workers, lawyers, and many more. And few, if any of us, will go through life without being touched by several of these professions. Modern universities like ours work with 93% of NHS trusts and account for 64% of all universities delivering adult nursing. 76% of nursing students, 70% of midwifery students, and 78% of social work students study at universities like the University of Central Lancashire. We are truly a university of and for our region, with national and global influence. From September, we will be known as the University of Lancashire, which better reflects who we are with the different campuses we operate across this county of Lancashire. We know you will always have fond memories of the university during your time studying with us, and I can assure you that even though our name will change, our focus remains on delivering the best possible student experience. And I can say that the National Student Survey results were published this morning at 9:30, and many of you will, and I thank you for that, have completed the NSS over the course of the last few months. We have improved in every category of the NSS. We have improved compared with last year. We are ahead of the sector average, and although you're not supposed to rank it, my colleagues have already worked out that we are currently 35th out of 122 universities. Well done to everybody involved. But today is not about the university and its achievements, it's about you. You face challenges of your own. Some of you studied through a pandemic, others balanced work, family and study, and no doubt most of you have faced moments of doubt. But you have persevered, and that resilience will serve you well. As we are in the midst of the Wimbledon Tennis Championships, it is apt to reflect on the words of Roger Federer, the famous tennis player, who said, when also speaking at a graduation ceremony, "Not everything you try will work. Not every risk will pay off. Not every call will be the right one. But that's okay. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of it. What matters is how you respond, how you learn, and how you grow. Remember that success is not about perfection, it's about persistence. Even the greatest champions face setbacks. Federer went on to ask, "What percentage of the points do you think I won in my career?" Only 54%. In other words, even top-ranked tennis players win barely more than half of the points they play. That means he lost nearly half the time and still became a champion and a legend. The lesson? You don't need to win every point, or indeed every interview, or every opportunity. What matters is how you respond, how you learn, and how you keep moving forward. Resilience, not perfection, is the key. So as you step into the next phase of your journey, whether it's further study, a new job, or something entirely unexpected, know this: you are ready, you are equipped, and you are very much needed. We are incredibly proud of you, and we hope that you are proud of us too, for the education we provided, the community we built, and the values that we've shared. Before I close, I want to offer heartfelt thanks to all those who supported our graduates along the way, your families, friends, mentors, and loved ones. Your encouragement, patience, and belief have made this day possible. Let's take a moment to thank them for their love and support, for they have played an integral role in your success. Please join me in a massive round of applause for all of them. To our dedicated academic staff and our professional services teams, thank you for your unwavering commitment to excellence, inclusion, and student success. And finally, to our graduates, congratulations. You've earned this moment. From all of us here at the University of Central Lancashire, we wish you every success, every joy, and every opportunity in the future. Leave this hall with confidence, go forward with pride, go forward with purpose, and never stop learning. Thank you.
Thank you, Graham. The university is now extremely proud to confer an honorary doctorate award on Professor Carl Lygo. Pro-Chancellor, it's safe to say Professor Carl Lygo is a seasoned higher education expert. His CV lists roles including a barrister, lecturer and chief executive, but 2 vice-chancellorships and a number of appointments to senior education-specific positions means he's a recognised name in the sector. Brought up in South Yorkshire, he was the first of his family to attend university. He ventured across the Pennines to Preston, where he graduated from here with a first-class honours degree in law. After further study, Carl was called to the bar in 1991 and practised as a barrister in London and Leeds. During this time, he also taught law part-time, and it led to him joining BPP Holdings plc. Carl progressed to become Chief Executive Officer, and he played a pivotal role in the BPP Law School becoming a university. He was appointed its inaugural Vice-Chancellor, and he set up a pro bono unit and a scholarship fund in his name that distributed more than £2 million during his time. After a stint as a founding non-executive board member of the Office for Students, he became chairman of the University of Applied Sciences Europe in Germany. Soon after, Carl was appointed as Vice-Chancellor of Arden University, and during his tenure, it became the fastest growing UK university and won the Education Investor Award 3 times. Carl has spoken at the UN General Assembly, and he continues as a Professor of English Law and sits part-time as a judge. His expertise has also led to him becoming an advisory board member of the Higher Education Policy Institute and WONKI. Pro-Chancellor, on behalf of the University Board, it is with great pleasure that I present Professor Carl Lygo with the award of Honorary Doctorate from the University of Central Lancashire. I now call on Carl to speak to you all.
So thank you very much. My Lord Lieutenant, Madam Mayor, Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, it is with the deepest of thanks and gratitude that I humbly accept this amazing honour from the university that I proudly first graduated from over 30 years ago. It means so much to me, so thank you very much. But graduates, I'm sure that you don't want to listen to an old fart like me. Today is your day. It's the day that we celebrate your amazing success. And I hope you feel proud. And I hope that when you come and shake hands, that you will use your swagger. It's your moment in time. It's the celebration for you. So congratulations to you. And I know that the faculty here are incredibly tough in the classes and the marking and the assessments and so forth. They expect really high standards, just as they did in my time. And you've demonstrated in the difficult subjects that you are the very best. You are truly amazing people. Congratulations. And I would also like to add my congratulations also in tribute to the family and friends of all you graduates today who have supported you through this process. And our Vice-Chancellor has already put on record his thanks. Now, graduates, I know that you will be thinking in your mind that, hang on, Carl, you've gone too far. It was me who studied all of those classes, who learnt to reference all those essays and dissertations, who navigated my way around the library, put in the midnight hours. Yeah, absolutely true. It is. And you are amazing people. But now that I'm a father, I realise what it means to be a supporter of people who are fighting that good fight for success in education. And I'm sure that the parents and supporters that are over there will appreciate the efforts that go into supporting you and will understand. And it goes a bit like this. There's nothing that I wouldn't do to help my children, my friends and family that I support. And there will have been nothing that you as supporters would have done. The path is littered with decisions that you have to take as a supporter and a parent. You never know if those decisions are going to pay off. And it starts really early. Are they eating the right food? Are they mixing with the right people? Are they studying the right subjects? Did they make the right choice of university? Did I do enough to help them in their career? Should I have got on their case about finishing that assignment? Well, what I wanted to say to all the family, the friends and the supporters, look at our amazing graduates today. Look at them. They're fabulous people, and they are without doubt an elite of a generation. They are learned, and it's all those decisions that you agonized over that have paid off. And if there was an award today for supporting, then you'd all be graduating with first-class honours. So well done. You two are amazing people, and thank you for your support. And also thank you to my mum, who sat in the front row, for all the support you gave me. So well done. And I hope you all feel very proud. You should be. This is your moment in time to celebrate. So I sat where you sit over 30 years ago, 36 years ago to be precise. And I can't believe I'm so old. But I sat where you were 36 years ago. It was Billy Beaumont who was getting the honorary doctorate, the famous England rugby player. I bet many of you don't even know who he is now. And I remember listening to him and thinking, wow, what a career. What is in store for me? The photograph that was taken of me graduating that day is like a shrine in my mum's bungalow. And I go back and I visit it, my children see it, and they say, wow, is that you, Dad? And I'm sure that shrines to all of you are going to be erected after today with all of your photos on show. It was a really proud moment, and I hoped that I'd have a worthy career, a career that the university would be proud of and had set me upon. I came here as a very shy and nervous 18-year-old. I didn't know what to expect, and I was inspired by the inspirational faculty that were here in Preston, led at that time by Professor Richard Taylor, who I have to say was a truly inspirational figure, a barrister, an accomplished author. He led the faculty with great distinction, and I feel so very proud to have studied at his feet and at the feet of the faculty. And I know that today's faculty have carried on that great tradition. I had no connections in law. I was not born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I went to a local comprehensive school. My mum brought me up as a single parent. I came from a family with no academic history of success, as they like to say nowadays. But you know, through good luck and hard work, I ended up practicing as a barrister in the chambers of the Lord Chancellor. I had famous clients, members of the royal family, people that you would know, Formula One racing drivers, Premier League footballers. I even acted for Premier League clubs. It was amazing for somebody from really humble beginnings to be able to represent those kind of people. The Lord Chief Justice asked me to help set up a judicial college, which today trains all judges and tribunal members. I became a professor. I founded a university. I became the CEO of a FTSE 350 company. I've taught at some of the leading law schools in the world: Harvard, Yale, Stanford, Oxford, Cambridge, Peking University in China. And I have to say, I was totally underwhelmed by those law schools. They don't compare to the fantastic law faculty that we had here in Preston and still have. So you are graduating from an elite school and faculty and a university that's incredibly important. And I don't say these things lightly. I don't say these things to be big-headed. And I have had difficulty in my career. I'll give you one example. I applied when I was in my second year here in Preston. I applied to every single law firm in my hometown, now city of Doncaster, and every single one of them rejected me. Only one interviewed me, and they did the insult of rejecting me after they'd interviewed me. I went on to qualify as a barrister, and I was named in the lawyers' Hot 100 Lawyers, which, as you can see, is not for my good looks. But it's possible, if you have the determination and resolution, that whatever obstacle gets in your way, you can overcome it, and you can have a great career. And I've often heard people talking about a career ladder, but it's more like rock climbing. Sometimes you've got to go sideways, sometimes you have to climb down a little bit, but you keep going upwards eventually, and you'll get there. So I would like to say that I don't say these things to be big-headed, but to offer you an example that everything is possible. A graduate from here in Preston can achieve great things, and the next page of your story is entirely down to you and how you approach things. So my advice to you is to do great things, and thank you for the honour of allowing me to share your amazing day. Thank you.
Graduates, it's now the moment you've been waiting for, the presentation of your awards. You'll be guided all the way by our university ushers and will cross the stage individually once your name is read out. So please make sure you bring your named seat cards with you to the stage. Thank you.
Vice-Chancellor, on behalf of the Academic Board, I present those who have gained awards from the School of Law and Policing. For a thesis entitled An Investigation into Police Approaches Towards Managing Neurodivergent Suspects and the Experiences of Neurodivergent People when Encountering the Police as the Suspects, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to Cheryl Marsden. Doctor of Philosophy, in recognition of the programme of work entitled Microbial DNA Analysis in the United Arab Emirates, Reem Matar Khalifa Alamanzana Alamahire. For a thesis entitled Microbial Community Succession During Decomposition and Potential Forensic Application, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to Ibakpo Akpos Apire. For a thesis entitled We Are Frightened of Touching It, Taking It On, Understanding University Staff Experiences of the Prevent Duty in Terrorism-Affected Institutions, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to Victoria Jane Gregson. Master of Laws in International Business Law, Ruzbe Davari. Falguni Dave. Master of Laws in International Business Law with Professional Placement, Rina Tasnim. Master of Laws in Law, Abdullah Hussain Hussain. Shofria Rahman. Laura Wagner. Suhanur Rahman Razu. Master of Laws in Legal Practice, Rahana Begum. Katrina Hancock. Mariam Hussain. Phoebe Scott. Jenny Toronen. Susanna Tunska. For a thesis entitled The Use of Digital Microscopy for the Forensic Examination of Footwear, the degree of Master of Science by Research is awarded to Olivia Holden. Master of Science in Criminal Investigation, Joshua Robinson. Master of Science in Criminal Justice, Sadie Miller. Master of Science in Cybercrime Investigation, Claire Green. Master of Science in Financial Investigation, Sapana Chauhan. Andrea Silva. Postgraduate Diploma in Cybercrime Investigation, Ryan Cooper. Postgraduate Certificate in Financial Investigation, Shankar Das. Camille Figura. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Criminology, Daniel Jarvis. Tammy Mann. Jessica Miro. Melissa Thomas Ely. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Criminology and Criminal Justice, Gemma Armstrong. Rachel Ashcroft. Morgan Boots. Lewis Brindle Manton. Kyla Caulfield. Callum Caulfield. Keely Dean. Katie Dorian. Aisha Khan. Maria Mamakil. Amelia Marsh. Cameron McKay. Morgan Meller. Mia Newlands. Rebecca Norton. Carolina Pamfield. Katie Porter. Leah Abigail Smith. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Criminology and Sociology, Amy Jackson. Christina Karchenko. Cora Mahoney Holbrooks. Abby Miller. Tom Adoki Olam. Chloe Strenskowski. Katerina Zambrowska. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Public Services, Ellie Atherton. Demi Lee Draper. Sophie Ibbotson. Samia Nasir. Bachelor of Laws with Honours, Yahya Abdi. Azra Hamid. Jeshan Ahmed. Nasir bin Mansour bin Nasser Al Saad. Ayaz Ali. Zareen Ali. Thank you. Fatima Amin. Iran Amin. Amana Ali Anjum. Muskan Asghar. Arisha Baymat. Muskan Bibi. Eleanor Black. Sophie Black. Deborah Oyemuvu Bokolu. Husna Books. Muhammad Chowdhury Riaz. Shivali Sean. Zainab Chowdhury. Kaylee Collins. Pooja Ankur Dalal. Anna Daniel. Hannah Didat. Jessica Duckworth. Sophie Fellows. Bobby Fiddler. Jacob Frost. Hannah Haji. Harry Hall. Ben Harrison. Warkan Hassan. Alexander Heaton. Lauren Hayes. Logan Hinton. Mohammed Mosarraf Hossain. Fawzi Hussain. Ajra Hussain. Uwais Hussain. Zara Hussain. Uma Imran. Chloe Ingham. Banish Iqbal. Rizal Karim. Asad Khan. Maria Khan. Khalil Kotwal. Iraq Mahmoud. Maham Manzoor. Millie Mays. Sally Ormerod. Daniela Potts. Hadi Rach. Agung Radana. Jamikia Russell. Osaraman Sam Osamuye. Mohammed Amir Shabazz. Muhammad Abdel Haik Awas Sheikh Hassan. Jawaria Shiraz. Gurbaz Singh. Laxman Singh. Sundas Abdurrahman Mohammed. Summer Singleton Martins. Lauren Skerritt. Kieran Slater. Muhammad Tariq Sohail. Gokhan Sulahan. Sydney Swimbank Verco. Yamin Tabarik. Alamgir Tahir. Jodie Taylor. Shannon Walton. Daniel White. Yasmin Yunis. Bachelor of Laws with Honours in Law and Business, Majarwal Chowdhury. Hifsa Farouk. Lesa Firoz Rahman. Chloe Greaves. Shamalia Khalid. Malik Khan. Aisha Nakuda. Oh, thank you. It's fine, don't worry. Balikes Mayawa Sanusi. Syed Shah. Janelle Shaw. Aisha Vika. Bachelor of Laws with Honours in Law and Criminology, Azim Ali. Abigail Beattie. Blanca Cross. Alima Kabir. Nifathan Kuganwaran. Hijab Nakvi. Sumuk Susindra. Hayden Thompson. Millie van Boord-Duren. Bachelor of Laws with Honours in Legal Practice, Alea Adam. Alea Silant. David Watson. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Forensic Science and Chemical Analysis, Katie Eltz. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Forensic Science, Shidara Singh, Balfa Singh, Shawan. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Forensic Science and Criminal Investigation, Bethany Kerslake. Abigail Lewis. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Forensic Science and Molecular Biology, Jordan Bond. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Policing and Criminal Investigation, Cameron Ashcroft. Zara Barber. Nathan Barlow. Callum Barwick. Claudia Bradley. Sarah Derbyshire. Benjamin Falvey Jones. Callum Davidson. Henna DiMambro. Paula Jado Correa Melo. Jolie Dolan. Zachary Fay. Benjamin Goby. Hannah Gotto. Mamuna Haji. Augustine Hernandez Duran. Amber Holden. Sophie Holmes. Hannah Jakes. Chelsea Jones. Harriet Mitchell. Thomas Oliver. Mariam Patel. Jasmine Pennington. Liam Short. Lily Smith. Fatima Tabusum. Summer Thomas. Mia Thomas Lawson. Shalise Wallace. Tom Walton. Holly Winstanley. Luke Woodward. Mohammed Yunus. Okay. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Professional Policing, Chloe Chapman. Kayla Crompton. Tilly Eade. Lennon Grimshaw Lord. Solomon Ijaz. Matthew Johnston.
Party.
Dominique Kramers. Jake Lovegrove. Joshua Manning. Lucy Preston. Max Radcliffe. Maisie Rogers. Aaron Rudd. Sophie Savage. Saheem Shahid. Megan Smiley. Ellie Smith. Philip Struski. Samreen Zarman. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Professional Policing Practice, Jamie Alexander. Philip Ansell. Ashar Haskar. Dan Atherton. Adam Benson. Stephen Brown. Jake Byron. Benjamin Campbell. Sarah Didsbury. Erin Dolan. Lucy Dawson. George Fletcher. Reese Ford. Robert Gardner. Georgina Giffney. Holly Louise Horrocks. Benjamin Livesey. Lucy Malin. Danielle Marshall. Kieran Peart. Anna Pickthall. Jodie Proctor. Chloe Routledge. Maddie Saunders. Anthony Shambrook. Sophie Simpson. Harry Skinner. Nathan Sprout. Mia Stokes. Jason Stewart. George Swinbanks. Stephen Thompson. Lauren Vallely. Stephen Walker. Charlie Webster. Graduate Diploma in Professional Policing Practice, Courtney Barclay. Matthew Bennett. Emily Brindle. Chloe Butcher. Maisie Coulter. Charis Elizabeth Dayton. Eleanor Fields. Lauren Foster. Lucy Gowans. Kelly Griffin. Mohammed Hanif. Matthew Heath. Kirsten Henry. Olivia Horton. Alicia Imtiaz. Laura Lee Kelly. Samantha Kennedy. Bethany Kirk. Rosie Krentz. James Mangan. Shannon McGarry. Helen Morrison. Samantha Osborne. Tiffany Penfold. Emily Pike. Katie Rainford. Nina Stencil. Jordan Tomlinson. Holly Unsworth. Rebecca Webster. Laura Whittaker. Melissa Jane Young. Foundation degree in Arts and Criminology, Amy Ellis. Yeah, go, yeah, fine. Natalie Hughes. Foundation degree in Arts and Criminology and Criminal Justice, Camille Viverti. Diploma of Higher Education in Police and Criminal Investigation, Ellie Taylor. Master of Science in Applied Data Science, Janesh Hunas. Master of Science in Information Technology Security, Abdel Beg. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Computer Networks and Security, Jaram KC. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Cyber Security, Ryan Waggart. Vice-Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of awards from the School of Law and Policing.
Vice-Chancellor, the presentations are completed. Congratulations to every single one of you who have received their award. We are delighted to have with us today our very own University Choir, which is made up from representatives of all years on the Music Theatre course. We are delighted to have them perform at our celebration today. Graduates and guests, I give you the University Chamber Choir.
A celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We're gonna celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Celebration. We're gonna celebrate and have a good time. Celebration. We're gonna celebrate and have a good time. It's time.
The ceremony is very nearly finished, and it's almost time for the celebrations to really get going with your families, friends, loved ones and supporters. But we need something symbolic to kick things off. So please listen to the following instructions very carefully. Firstly, all non-graduates in the room, please get your cameras ready for a great photo opportunity. And secondly, graduates, please all stand and take off your mortarboards. Now, When I count to 3, and only when I count to 3, I want you all to throw your mortarboards up into the air in the traditional fashion and in celebration of what you've achieved during your time at university. But please, don't throw them too high or too far to avoid them injuring you or someone else. But more importantly, because once you've retrieved your mortarboard, it is yours to take home and keep with the university's best wishes. So, here we go. They're ready with their cameras. On a count of 3, throw your mortarboards in the air and give a big cheer, and then we will all follow with a further 3 cheers. 1, 2, 3. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. Now, please all take your seats for one last time whilst I explain the final stage of this amazing special day. As we bring this ceremony to a close, I would like to thank everyone who has been involved in making today such a happy and memorable occasion and sharing this special day with our university community. Once we have sung the national anthem, the platform party will leave the stage and graduates, you will process out of the hall past a guard of honour in the central aisle. A university usher will prompt your row when you need to stand up. So please make sure you take all of your belongings with you. Guests, please may I ask that you all remain seated until the graduates and platform party have left the hall. You will then be guided through the doors at the side by the ushers to rejoin your graduate in the Student Centre for post-ceremony celebrations. We hope you've enjoyed the ceremony today. Well done to you all, and congratulations once again. For those who can, please now stand for the national anthem of Great Britain.